What's up, everybody? It's your favorite show, Get a Bucket. I'm your host, Train, as usual. Hope you're all having a wonderful, wonderful day. And as you can see, we got my guy, Freddie, from Leave It to Me sports segment. Freddie, how's everything with you, boss?
Hey, everything's all good my way, man. Listen, we got a big football game tonight, New England, Buffalo. I'm waiting on that. Got some money on it, so. Other than that, man, I'm excited to be back on here once again. As always, it's always great to run a break with my partner in debate, bro.
I appreciate that. Yo, I may throw some money on that 49ers-Dolphins game because, as y'all know, my prediction, it is the Super Bowl game. So I'm just saying, I might have to throw a little bread on it, just see how it shakes. But we're not talking about football today, though. That is another episode, so stay tuned. We got some quick takes, and we're just gonna cut right on into it.
Let's do it.
Freddie, is Cade Cunningham on the Pistons injury prone? If I'm not mistaken, he was injured last season before he even started, and now he's injured yet again with potential shin splints or something like that. Like, do you have worry about Cade Cunningham having an injury-riddled career?
No. Because you think college he played all but like 3 games or something like that, and then I think he had, like you said, he has the shin right now. But he's 2 years in. We've seen a lot of players start their career off like this. LaMelo is one of those guys, right? You have some of these injuries that'll slow you down the first few years in the league. Some guys haven't played a single game their first year or 2 in the league, so I think he'll be all right. I think after his first 3 years, he'll be back to playing 60 or more games. Nobody plays 80 anymore anyway. So I think it's just some early unluckiness, if you will.
All right, I can hear that. I personally don't want him to be the next Penny Hardaway. Like, the man has a lot of talent. Like, when I look at Cade Cunningham, right, ladies and gentlemen, I see a big guard, not the most athletic, but quite skilled. And if he was a little bit stronger, I'm going to go on a limb and say, hey, he could rival Jason Tatum. But that's not the case. But again, Penny Hardaway, he had a good situation. And if the Pistons are careful and keep losing, they could get Victor Wembanyama and have a dominant force with a talented big guard. So I'm looking at these, you know what I'm saying? Like, that could be pretty smooth. So I'm like, I like that'd be kind of nice, and then you got Jaden also. That'd be a decent little trio to build around. But it does kind of hinge on Cade a little bit too. So I don't want him to have an injury-riddled career. Right now, unfortunately, it's starting off a little shaky. But remember too, like you said, stuff happens. Steph Curry, for example, he started off with ankle problems. Now is one of the greatest players. So I think it's too early.
LaMelo, man. You can't find
LaMelo as well, like you said. Yep. I was trying to find someone different. I want to be back up.
It's all good.
But yeah, like it's too early. So we'll pump the brakes on the injury-prone Cade Cunningham story. But let's keep an eye out for it because again, it is something to monitor. Now, another point guard. I don't know how to classify Cade. It's another story. It's another story for another
point
guard. Another guard. Another guard. Right. Tyrese Halliburton, is he a top 10 point guard? Because you know what I mean. Like, and Freddie, look, I gotta say this, people. All right, Freddie definitely called him out. Okay, I was talking about LaMelo Ball and all these people. You know what I'm saying? Like, on first, he was on the Kings. He got drafted. And at first, I'm like, that's a little high. Like, I thought he was going 8th to your Knicks, actually. Or 9th. Whichever one y'all wanted to get. Yeah. But, like, he was looking a little solid on the Kings. And then he got traded to the Pacers. And you're thinking, all right, well, the Pacers are not going to be that great. Especially when you're looking at De'Aaron Fox. Like, all right, bro is looking pretty smooth. Hey, Tyrese Halliburton is keeping these Pacers afloat right now. If the season were to end, they'd be a 4th seed. They'd be in the playoffs, people. Like, they'd be in the playoffs. The team without Domantas Sabonis. That's really the biggest subtraction. And all it would add Halliburton. Like, this guy. That's what we got. I'm quite impressed. Is he a top 10 point guard for you, Fred? Though.
You know, I have a list right in front of me, man. I have him in there. By the time I got to 9, he was in there, and I mean, yeah. If you think about the players, I mean, I think about things like health, right? The ability to run an offense from start to finish. I always talk about that. Efficiency, being able to still play strong down the stretch of a game, and just be where my light may cut out for a split second, but being able to run your offense for stretches of times without needing any without needing any assistance from a bench player, right? Being able to score and being able to distribute and being able to rebound and being able to play defense. And you know what I'm saying? All of this stuff he can do, and he's always been that player. Like, he shoots at a very efficient clip for the amount of work he has to do. Like, we look at, you know, Russ is one of my favorite players. And a lot of these other guards, when they were doing everything for their team, they were not as efficient, because it takes so much energy to have that responsibility and be super efficient and play defense, bro. So, yeah, I think he's top 10, man. I have a few guys ahead of him. I have him around like number 8 for me. What about you?
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. Yeah, I in terms of official ranking, I don't have him in an official ranking. He's not in my top 5. I know that without question.
Okay.
Like, he's not in my top 5. Top 10. I think that's more than fair. So we're in agreement on that. We're in agreement on that. Now,
can I tell you who I had him ahead of before we go to the next segment?
Save it, because you already know where it transitions to. You already know where it transitions to. So
that's what I was gonna say. I have him ahead of him.
You see what I'm saying? So, all right, let's go here. Darren Fox.
I have him ahead of Darren Fox.
You had him ahead of Darren Fox. That's crazy. That's crazy. Okay. Like, do you believe that the Kings and Darren Fox will fold under pressure? And Freddie, I want your take on this one, right? Because let me get on the soapbox real fast. I saw this game, and I was like, all right, I like Darren Fox versus Ja Morant. Like, I truly believe Ja Morant was not better than Darren Fox 2 seasons ago. But now, hey, Ja Morant might be better than Darren Fox. And that play right there, that very play, calm down. Like, he is better than Darren Fox, but at the same time, I'm not trying to discredit him too much, because this man is actually pretty smooth. Like, the way he's been playing, hey, the Kings are looking pretty stout. So I don't want to say, oh, yeah, he's definitely better than if someone said, look, Darren Fox is better than Ja Morant, I got to hear him out. Like, the way he's been playing is...
what?
I said the way he's been playing this season so far,
I hear you.
I got to hear him out. Because remember, you weren't really big on on the Kings. And then, well, they've been doing pretty well. So I'm like, do you think they'll fold under pressure? And remember, people, that very first play I showed y'all, Darren Fox turns the ball over when they were being pressured. So, and that actually almost fueled the Memphis Grizzlies to win the game. That was part of their run. So, do you believe the Kings will fold under pressure?
So, yes, as a team, for sure. Just because I think them along with a few other teams are playing a little bit over their heads. Sacramento, historically, I mean, the last time they made the playoffs, I can't even remember. I was probably in high school, middle school still. They're not a franchise that has quite turned the corner yet. Got to give credit to their coach, Mike Brown. Got to give credit to the guys up top. They made some big changes, bringing in Herter, bringing in Malik Monk. They drafted Keegan Murray, who was out there looking like the Splash Brother some days. Sabonis trade was a very good trade. But ultimately, they don't have that guy, especially in the Western Conference, that's dominated by a good deal of elite wing play, if you will. They don't have that guy. De'Aaron Fox is a number 3 option on the championship team. And in turn, I don't think that, as far as pressure for him, I don't think there's any pressure for him, because he's given responsibilities he shouldn't have. They will, along with Utah, some of these other teams drop in the rankings as the year goes on, because games are going to start meaning more as the season goes on as well. So,
okay.
I mean, pressure. I don't know if it's pressure because there's not much expectation for them anyways. But good job for Coach Mike Brown for having these guys play tough every day.
Okay, that's fair. That's tough. That's tough, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's a little tough.
Hey,
but let me ask you this. Next one. Who's the Celtics' biggest Eastern fear? All right, like the number one in the standings right now. If you say the number 2 Bucks, I hear you. But like, who's your biggest? If you were the Celtics, who would you fear the most in the East?
Only the Bucks.
Only the Bucks is a little tough. Why only the Bucks?
I mean, you look at who else is up there right now. Brooklyn still has to address their main flaw, which is interior play. Although I give Brooklyn a lot of credit, they turned their season around for sure. Boston is a buzzsaw. They're certainly a buzzsaw right now. And as far as like teams in the East, bro, like you look at the Milwaukee Bucks, they have everything. And they are missing their number 2 guy right now. Brook Lopez is, to me, a future all-star this year. You got Bobby Portis. They have so much size that can match Boston's size. Even on the perimeter, they have those big physical guards on the perimeter. When Chris Middleton comes back, you know what he can do. And then ultimately, they have the best player in the world in Giannis as well. So we just look at them last year. They took him to 7 games without Chris Middleton. And even Milwaukee has done a couple things to upgrade a little bit this year. So, yeah, I say Milwaukee, man. I got Milwaukee going to the finals again this year. So naturally, it has to be my pick. But yeah, I don't think any other team really could compete with what Boston got over there, man. Boston is serious, and I didn't give them enough credit to start the year, to be honest.
I hear you on. Well, I don't hear you on not giving them enough credit. I had to study them a little bit because Reese be talking about them all the time. Yeah, I gotta look at them a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Study these boys a smidge. Forget the fact that they just went to the finals. Like I'm being so serious. There's not like I'm not even trying to be sarcastic like that. When I look at teams that can beat the Celtics, right?
Yeah,
I'm looking at the Cavs. I'm not gonna lie to you. You said only the Bucks. That's tough. I think the Cavs can get them. I think the 76ers could get them. The Hawks, you did speak towards that forward spot where they are a little tricky. I hear that the Hawks do not have the forwards that the Celtics do. That is a weak point. That is a weak point for them. They trade John Collins to get someone back. Cool, or maybe John Collins improves on the defensive end. Maybe they could do it though, because again, Trae Young and DeJounte Murray, I do like that guard combo. And DeJounte Murray,
they're immature. I really
think
dislike watching them. They make it hard for me to like them, man.
I think they're young, right? But to be fair, they did go to the Eastern Conference Finals as a young team also. So I mean, talent eventually. There's enough ball movement, there's enough defensive tenacity on that court, and enough offensive weaponry where I'm like, all right, they can get the job done. And I just saw a guard last year, even though they're not on Steph Curry's level, I saw a guard get at them. And I mean, Trae can replicate to a degree what Steph can do. And DeJounte Murray, I think I said to a degree. I didn't say he's going to give. I said it's going to be to a degree that, you know what I'm saying? Like that. That's what I mean. So
yeah. I do want to say this to you though, because you brought up a couple joints that made me say, oh, hold up. So Cleveland, I get what you're saying about Cleveland. Cleveland, I want to give them respect for sure. They're a threat to anybody. And then Philly, the reason why I didn't say them, because I think Philly can go to the finals if they're healthy.
I get that.
So that's why I left them out. Cleveland ultimately though, and Atlanta, I just don't think they're a championship team. Again, their 2 best players are way too immature, and they're small guards. Both them and Cleveland have small guards. Boston has big physical perimeter play.
Yeah.
And that's kind of where I was just like, that matters, bro. It does matter. Steph is a different name. And Steph actually is not.
And that's why I was trying. I wasn't trying to make it seem like, oh, Trae Young's going to be what Steph Curry was. There's no way. But he can mimic to a degree. That's what I was saying, to a degree. I try to put emphasis on that, to a degree. But I guess it's not going to say. You can't say Steph Curry and Trae Young too much nowadays. It's not going to get too much traction. But that's cool. That's fine. That's Dan. I feel you. I'm not mad at it. Now, this final quick take, fellas, or ladies and gentlemen. We got the Suns. And I gotta say, the Suns have been actually playing some good basketball. Like, they've been playing some good basketball. Okay, like D-Book. Might we start needing to talk about him in the MVP discussion a little more? Buddy just dropped the casual, you know what I'm saying? He just dropped the casual 51 piece.
Best shooting guard in the league.
Reese got something to say about that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, these boys have been these boys have been hooping, but not just on the offensive end, people. It's on the defensive end as well. They're one of the better two-way teams in the NBA, and they're number one in the West. So, Freddie, I gotta ask you: are the Suns the real deal? Like, because remember, a couple seasons ago they went to the finals, right? And people were saying, "Hey, you know, they're not gonna really do anything," and they surprised people. Then last season they kind of fell off. Are they the real deal now, or is this just the same team we saw last season?
Well, I guess the tough answer to that is we don't know until playoffs, because they won what, 60 games last year, was it, or somewhere around, and then they just disappeared. I don't have it in front of me, but
I got you.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, so, what's that?
I said, keep talking. I got you.
Okay. Yeah. So, yeah, they
games,
so they won on the games just to. We know what happened to them. So I was off. We did the early rankings, and I had the Lakers as a 5 seed and them as like out of the playoffs, and then I had to come and apologize, and I'm still apologizing to this day because they look like a well-oiled machine. Chris Paul. I don't know where Chris Paul is right now, personally.
He's been injured. He hasn't been
yeah, but that's my point. Like, him and Kawhi Leonard must be. I don't know. They chilling together. In his absence, Cam Payne. In his absence, D-Book is showing what D-Book can be if needed. They look amazing, and like you said, their defensive tenacity, their defensive game plan is so great. I feel like them, Toronto, and Dallas have similar defensive game plans, approaches with pretty much making you play left-handed in a sense, right? Making you play through your weaknesses, not allowing your superstar player to beat you. So, and he's been improved defensively. I think they're the real deal, bro. I really do. Like, I'm very impressed with Phoenix, man. They've beaten some good teams even without Chris Paul. And DeAndre Ayton looking like he's getting a little more mature. That matters.
I'm glad you said something about DeAndre, because
bro
was looking. I was talking. I'm in this group chat, and we were talking about the Suns and how D-Book might be playing well, but Mikal Bridges is your number 2. That might be a problem.
I want to give him credit too, because
you got to give him credit because he's been playing extremely well, offensive and defensive end. Someone was trying to say Mikal Bridges is not an elite defensive player or not an elite two-way player, and I'm like, whoa, like I may give you, like, on the offensive end the word elite, okay, but like when you say defensive, that man's elite. I don't care what you say. Like, there's no, you know what I'm saying? But like,
I guess I understand what they're trying to say. Yeah,
I get what they're trying to say.
But his offense may bring them when you. I guess because you think about like Jimmy Butler or Giannis,
but still, this man's been putting up quality stats. But he was outplaying DeAndre Ayton too, which I didn't like. And now that DeAndre Ayton's been outplaying him, the Suns. I'm comfortable with the Suns again. They cool with me. Bro. So I think they are the real deal too. I almost about to say the Warriors need to worry about the Suns, but for real, the Warriors need to worry about their damn selves because they just got back into the playoff ranks. So
them in Dallas,
Hey, but Fred, if you got if you got the time, because we're done with the quick takes, ladies and gentlemen. So I just had a quick question, fella. Are you a big Maya Moore fan?
You know, I love Maya.
You love Maya.
I love
All right,
Maya
well,
Moore
look,
for all
ladies
she's
and gentlemen.
done, man.
Well, look, ladies and gentlemen, this next video, I hope you all enjoy it because I think this is the next Maya Moore in action.
Tournament celebrating and bearing the Phil Knight name ships Sunday, leading off a mark.
Now this is AZ Fudd versus Caitlin Clark. AZ is the Maya Moore comparison for me, okay? Like,
that's a crazy comparison, yeah. So that means she must be really nice like that, yeah.
Bro, just notice, just pay attention to the difference in the first half versus the second. That's all I'm gonna say. Because when I tell you snaps, Freddie. Oh, Freddie. And
Yeah.
Caitlin Clark is no slouch too now. Like, she will pull up literally from the opposite side of the floor and catch.
Yeah, I know. Yep, the Caitlin Clark chick, I'm sure. Yeah. Well,
yeah.
Let me not call her chick. I know Caitlin Clark. Let me correct myself.
Right.
Finish, and you heard Holly Rowe talk about it. Let's look at her bicep.
There were 2 personal fouls.
Oh, that's a pass.
Wait for it.
Stop it.
You see what I'm saying?
Stop it. Talk about that closeout.
Exactly.
Oh, that's like that Herbert Jones closeout right there.
Yeah, that man's tough.
Yeah. Great utility piece. Woo! High off the glass? Okay. The half spin. Oh. I just love watching girls basketball, man.
Yeah,
the spacing, the decision making, how clean of a game it is all the time.
Yeah, the execution is solid. That's AZ, by the way. The one who just made that one dribble pull up. That trust me when I tell you, dog, Maya Moore.
Yeah, that
Caitlin's tough too, though. Caitlin's tough too, though. She hits you at like all 3 levels, and she plays a little defense.
Oh, Kate. I said Paige.
Nah, Caitlin. Caitlin, no, Paige is tough.
Paige Dukas or whatever her name is.
Yeah, Paige Beckers. Paige. And see the fact that Paige is not playing right now, and UConn is still doing well. Look, one dribble, pull up. Ooh, you better make me cuss on this stage. 2 dribble. I'm sorry. 2 dribble.
You know how
look at that guy hand.
Do you understand how scary that is, though? Someone who takes that hand off, coming over the top of the screen, and you can't just immediately get to him because the person sets a good screen. So you can barely see them. They're shooting that 9 out of 10 times. Like, it's tough to play that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's scary. Oh, my goodness.
And she got, and the crazy thing is, bro, she came in as a shooter.
Her fingertips and she let that go.
Dog, you see the footwork?
Oh. Here you go. Use that inside. Yeah.
Exactly. Bro, people don't understand footwork in shooting is so critical.
1000%, yeah.
Like, Caitlin Clark and AZ Fudd both have impeccable footwork at this age for their it's ridiculous. And it's the same form every single time.
Now, is AZ a freshman or?
She's a sophomore.
Okay.
Yeah. So, like, AZ, Caitlin, and Paige could all be in the same draft class next season. Like, that'll be pretty, you know what I'm saying? Hey, that's just tough. And if y'all watched her footwork too, bro, like, that was just too clean. But it is what it is. Like, that was
real
wild.
deal. No, serious. Now, listen, college level, WNBA, women's basketball is so refreshing to watch, bro. Because of like just the level of attention to the smallest details, right? No wasted movement. You don't got anybody out there dribbling 100 times just to get to their spot. Couple dribbles, okay, give it up. And not give it up and stand there. Give it up and relocate. Give it up, screen away. Like, you still get the basics, the pureness, little nuances of the game that you appreciate, man. So But when you see somebody who got a bag like that, wow, still
Yup.
playing the right way. Oh my goodness.
Yup. Big facts. Big facts.
Gotta
Big
love
facts. All right. So, hope y'all enjoyed the highlights, right? We had a wonderful quick take segment. But now we're gonna transition because a lot of people have been talking about this man pretty highly. But you always got cons. There's always cons to every pro. And we're going to talk about Victor Wembanyama. I call him Wemby for short, just because I like to do a little nicknaming from time to time.
Call him what?
Wemby, as you can see on the
Wemby,
bottom.
okay.
I don't always say Wembanyama. I call him Wemby from time to time. Whims on an occasion, just maybe on a whim. See what I did there? Ooh!
Bars.
But look, so everyone has been talking about Victor Wembanyama, bro.
Yep.
How do you feel about him? How do you feel about him from a worrying standpoint? Let me ask that actually. What's your worries about him?
For his size, he's very coordinated. You see some of these bigger guys who don't really know how to move around the court without getting hurt, without hurting themselves, right? Everything they do is awkward. It looks like, they're trying their hardest not to fall over their own feet. He moves very fluid. It almost looks fake. You play 2K back in the day, you make your player 7'5", 7'6", the tallest you can make them, right? Mm-hmm. And they're doing all this crazy stuff because everything's up on 99. That's literally what he is, bro. Strength is going to be a problem for sure, but I think he also understands the game so well even now, and understands that he doesn't have to try to power through things to prove people wrong. He's been doing a great job watching his game. His fadeaway is amazing. He has a good pull-up. He's shooting off the dribble, step backs, the whole nine. He's a great leader already. Looking at Bol, and of course Bol got hurt at college. I think he's at Oregon actually. Got hurt. And didn't play many games. That's who I kind of look at when I think about Victor Wembanyama, because Bobo is 7'2" or 7'3", somewhere around there. Vic is 7'5", 7'6". I think he will be able to stay healthy enough to have a solid career. I think he will have some stretches where he does have to deal with injury, though, naturally. The 7-footers always got to deal with it when they're that mobile. I'm going to keep my fingers crossed for him, though. I don't think he needs to put on crazy weight. Now, he can get wiry strong. We look at the Nets, KD. Porzingis has done it this year. KD has done it. And then Nick Claxton. I think that's all he needs to do. But I don't think he needs to turn it to Giannis, right? So I'm keeping my fingers crossed. I do expect there to be some lower extremity injuries through his first few years. But learning how to take care of his body, having the best trainers in the world take care of him, or, I think he'll be fine and have a long 10, 15-year career for sure.
I hear all that. I look at it from this standpoint, right? We've had a lot of big men come into the league and have a lot of hype, and they've had injuries. We've had Chet Holmgren, Greg Oden, Joel Embiid, Ben Simmons, hell, even Bill Walton. Now, a lot of those players turned out to be pretty damn good. So there's worry because a lot of some of those players did not really play. When I say some, I mean Greg Oden on that list in particular. But the talent is there though. But I do also worry about, because not just the physical standpoint, right? The overhypeness. Is Buddy gonna? Is he overhyped, bro? Because again, he's doing this against players who aren't real. Well, hold on. He's doing this against players in the highlights, right? Watch the highlights. Just watch the highlights, because he's doing this against people who don't really appear to be his height. I understand, not everyone's 7'5". That's not an average height number, right? But still, I want to see what he does against the 7-footers, the 7'1", like a Bol, because those skilled players who have the strength and foot speed to guard him. All right, it's a different ball game. Freddie, imagine you going up again. I'm not even trying to downplay his competition too much, right? But imagine you going up against high schoolers who are shorter than you, and it's easy to dominate just because you're taller. You're the constant mismatch. Well, now you go up against people your own height. Like, it's a different ball game. And so that's why I'm looking to see, like, all right, we've seen what he can do against people. You know what I'm saying? Like, we've seen what he can do. I know the talent's there. I don't think he's going to get overhyped, but at the same time, I do start to wonder sometimes, all right, when his actual comparison shows up, that will he have the heart to usurp him? Like,
Well, let me just ask you this quick. Do you think Bobo is better than Victor Wembanyama right now?
Right now, like point in time, yes.
So if you had a chance to go out and get Victor Wembanyama right now in exchange for Bobo, you'll say no, I'm staying with Bobo.
No, because Victor's younger. You said you're saying right now.
Bobo's only like 22. I'm sorry.
But like Victor's like 17, 18. Like there's a 4 year
gap. Yeah, but I mean 22 is young still. Like Bobo just started his career this year.
I get 4 extra years with a player that's taller who got the skill. Like I don't
get away with that. You're my boy. I'm gonna let you get away with that because that's not the real reason. Because 22, you'll take a 20. I'm sorry. I'm gonna let you get away with it. You
what
crazy.
What you mean?
You know good and well you would not. If you had a chance to get Victor Wembanyama right now, any GM in the league will trade Bobo in 3 draft picks to get Victor Wembanyama. You telling me you would not?
I'm saying I would.
Okay, but you said I'm sorry. So you said only because he's younger, though. That's not the reason.
No. I'm talking about if you're saying draft Bobo or Victor, easily Victor because of the age gap. Like that off the break, and they both were clearly talented. But let's not act like Bobo was not a supposed transcendent player when he was coming out of high school. You know what I'm saying? So if we're talking about coming out of high school, they both had a lot of hype. They both had a lot of skill. You're not going to sleep on getting one over the other if you're talking about out of high school. Point in time, if I'm drafting the play for my team right now, I'm going Bobo. He's the better player right now. Like he's physically, he is physically capable of guarding players and has a more durable body right now than Victor Wembanyama. That's the reason why. For example,
that's what I was getting to though. So that's why I asked that question. But one, Bobo's been hurt early too. He had foot injuries and stuff.
That's why I said right now.
Keep that in mind.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know if Bobo is better than Victor. I don't know if he's better than Victor Wembanyama, bro. But ultimately, what I was gonna say though is this: you say you don't know if he can compete against 7-footers. I'm not saying he can or can't. I do know he's dominated everything. You can't get to his 7-foot fadeaway, 7'5" fadeaway. He has that in an efficient clip. He doesn't play a wild like Porzingis tried to be fake strong when he played for us to prove everybody wrong. Victor doesn't care about that. He plays shimmy, fade, right? Crossover, pull up, jump shot, crossover, step back. So that's why I'm just like, okay, even if he can't bang with the big guys in there, so to speak, his game is so fluid and he has an efficient shot that I wouldn't be worried about that just based on seeing what he can do with the basketball. But I do get your cause for concern as far as him banging with a Brook Lopez like for a whole entire game or something.
Yeah. And like I said, when I see I've seen talented players go up against some dogs before, and I think it's too early. Like, I almost want to say it's too early to say if someone has that dog in them, right? Like, Scoop looked like he got that dog in him. Like, I'm sorry, it just looked like it early on, and maybe it's different for certain people, but like I don't know if Wemby got it in him like that.
He lost and went it right into Cheston. So yeah, I get what you're saying for sure. Yeah,
I gotta see if Wemby got that dog in him, because again, that's gonna carry him over those other 7-footers, kind of separate him. Right now, that height difference is definitely helping out. Like again, I'm not acting like he can't do well against 7-footers. We saw him do work against Rudy Gobert, but I'm not trying to discredit Rudy.
One of the greatest Olympians ever, Rudy.
Right, allegedly. But I mean, Rudy's also been getting some slack too because he can't move them puppies. So in a one-on-one scenario, I would expect Wemby to take advantage of Rudy. But in an NBA game, though, how does that transition? You know what I'm saying? Like he's not going up against Rudy. But he's not going up against Rudy though. He's going up against players like Cat now. Maybe Giannis is going to guard him, and Giannis is strapping him down. Like AD, he's got to go up against AD. Ayton can guard him. Like, there are so many players who are mobile and going to be strong enough to guard him, move him off the block, move him off his spots. I'm interested to see how he shakes out. I know people were and here's the thing. I know people are saying the same thing about KD coming into the league. So that's why I give him the benefit of the doubt.
KD,
but like
Porzingis, Lauri Markkanen, even at one point actually.
Less on Lauri. People weren't high on Lauri like that.
When he was playing in Chicago, but
I mean, they liked Lauri, but I don't think they gave like Lauri wasn't to the level that Porzingis and KD and Victor were.
For sure,
like,
for sure.
Outed. Yeah. So that's for me, it's like when you say Lauri, I'm like, damn, we just tainted the pool right there. But hey, the way he's been playing, though, I can't make that statement too much. Hey, but like I said, the way he's been playing, I can't make it too much of a bashing statement. He's been playing pretty well. But like I said, those are the worries. So we've already talked about that one. So that sounds like a solid transition, Freddie, on into the next segment, or at least the next highlight, if you will. So people, hope you all stay tuned and enjoy this next one, because I personally enjoyed it. You know what I'm saying? I ain't a UNC fan. I'm a Duke fan, so y'all know how this goes.
Shot clock down to 5. Caleb Love banks home a 3. 3 to shoot. And a big 3, same as Armando Bacot. Nance banging with Thompson. Off the glass and good. May have gotten poked in the eye, and he is behind the play. And Nance is open for a corner 3. Offhand, Jackson Davis a miss, but he gets it back. 7 minutes to go in the first half, all tied up at 22. But not for long. Easy rebound to Corral. Johnson with a turnover. Forces it to Galloway, who lays it in.
Bacot's got to get it earlier.
One-on-one with the freshman Renew, and Bacot wins.
How active have the hands of Indiana been?
DeMarco Dunn steps into a wide open.
Low cross screen to get the ball inside to Trace Jackson Davis.
And the lefty up.
A terrific drop step by Trace Jackson Davis. Just couldn't get it to go with the left hand. Went back to that right shoulder.
Man steps in behind the back, banks it in.
Carolina's gotten so little in transition.
Davis with a nice Tim Duncan, all on the same team.
Love, yes. Davis coming back to check in.
I mean, here's a steal by Johnson. And he'll finish it.
Stop that shot. You can't let the ball out on ball side.
And the flow
To pick up a few fouls.
Good pass. Wow, Nance with a nifty feed into Bacot.
And that's where Indiana, for most, smart defense by Pete Nance to force that shot about 8 feet from the basket instead of letting a great play by Galloway again.
Tipped it away, gets it back, and finishes. The Indiana Hoosiers go to 7-0.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, so I hope you all enjoyed that segment. Again, I did. That's 3 back-to-back losses right there. I love it. They're going to be out of the top 25, dog. But I'm not going, bash them too much because we on thin ice ourselves. But
yes, you are.
I do got a nice little question for you here, Fred. Skill versus athleticism in the NBA. What would you rather have? Would you rather be overly skilled, or would you rather be overly athletic?
Overly skilled. History supports overly skilled. Personally.
Okay. Because now I got to say this now, right? Some people might say, okay, well, you got Jordan, you got Braun, you got Giannis, and some people put Braun ahead of Curry. Some people put Giannis ahead of KD. And just for clarification, people, that some people is him. Like, Hold on, let me get this.
Well,
there we go.
from what
That's some
I'm
people here.
honest,
I'm gonna get back on my soapbox. I just wanted to make sure they saw who I was talking about. But yeah,
but
so I'm
come on,
like,
man.
I'm a little surprised you said skill, but I do understand you. Like at the end of the day, you need skill to get into the NBA. Like Braun has skill, right? Giannis,
Bron's
despite
one of
what
the
James
most
Harden
skilled players in
said,
the NBA. You know that, right?
okay. Giannis has skill, right? Like they're just not the most skilled players in the NBA, but these boys have skill. They just also are dominant freak of nature athletes. So it just amplifies their game. KD, skilled player.
One of the most skilled in the league.
You know what I'm saying? Decent athleticism. I'm not gonna say elite, decent.
Right.
Steph, it's not like buddies out here killing you from the dunker
Steph
spot.
is super athletic. People gotta
super athletic. Okay, Freddie, let me do this.
People underrate Steph's athleticism, bro. Do you see what he be doing in the layup lines?
So, like, here's the thing: when you say super athletic, Fredward, it's like Braun. Like it's like Zach LaVine. You know what I mean? It's like Giannis. Like that. Yeah. Like when you start adding supers and all them other words, like that's when stuff get a little crazy. Like to the normal person. Steph is
but here's why I say that: the only thing Steph can't do is jump 42 inches in air. Steph can do a 360. He can windmill. He can all of this. He does it in layup lines, right? But he just doesn't have a 40-inch vertical. Does 40-inch vertical mean you're super duper athletic? You know what I'm saying? Like Steph
not catching the body.
People don't give him credit, but like all he can't do is jump 40 inches.
Yeah, like Steph's not catching a body, but Steph can dunk the ball. You know what I'm saying? Like the day Steph Curry catches a body, I'll be impressed. Like Kyrie actually seems like he can still kind of catch a body because Kyrie can dunk too. People sleep on that. Like a lot of these NBA guards can dunk the ball. Like remember, Monte Ellis had stupid bounce, but was really short in the NBA. So I'm not discrediting these players from an overall standpoint because all of them are way more athletic than you and I. Like all of them. Right. But in comparison to the NBA, yeah, he ain't jumping like that. But let me ask you this: if this was a 2K build, right? Would you go 60 athleticism, 40 skilled? Or 60 skilled, 40 athleticism. Like which way are you going with that?
This is tough because video games doesn't like in a video game I'll take the athleticism slightly over the skill. In real life I'll take the skill slightly over the athleticism because you look at the championship teams, football, basketball, any sport, and the skilled over athleticism teams are who win. Right? You look at those matchups, and Boston lost to Golden State because they were all right, real quick. And so we just said Steph isn't a super athlete. Clay isn't a super athlete. Kevon Looney isn't a super athlete. And Draymond isn't a super athlete. Look what they did to Boston, who had Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, Robert Williams, some of these freaks of natures out there who can run up and down the court all day. And I mean, there's a million other. The Spurs is whoop people's toes left and right. The Lakers weren't in the early 2000s weren't super athletic. Detroit in 2004 wasn't super athletic. Miami with Wade wasn't athletic. Like Dallas wasn't super athletic when they beat Miami. The skill works, man. The skill works. So I just have history on my side for that.
I feel you on that. I do. Let me ask you this, and then after that we can transition on to the next segment. Okay. Where would you classify Kobe on that? Would he be the more skilled athlete or the athlete skilled? Like is it 60 skilled, 40 athlete, or is it 60 athlete, 40 skilled? I'm curious because I think I go.
It's tough because second half career, 24 Kobe was skill over athletic. Early on, Kobe was athlete over skill. I think him and Mike are like the two most purest versions of literally 50-50.
Okay.
Elite skill, elite athleticism.
Okay. All right. Okay, that's fair. I thought about Kareem right then, but we're gonna transition on because I'm gonna start talking about a whole bunch of other players now, and that's that's just gonna get a little tricky. But
just gave you 2 examples, bro. I ain't want to drag it out.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna transition on to the next segment. So I hope you all
Let's do it.
enjoyed this highlight. I hope you all enjoyed this highlight.
Play call out of the game.
O'Neal up the floor. Harris, bottom and control with a 6-1 lead. Early offense. Claxton. Claxton on a handoff. Durant drives in, fades. Banker goes. Trigger in. Durant drive and kick. Harris hot hand. Oh yeah! For the Blazers. Durant, what a find! Claxton of Simmons because Watanabe was trying to get there. Grant lob it up. Oh! Big! With Durant, each has 2 fouls. Simon says, let's dance. Banker go. 4-second difference. Shot clock to game clock. Durant, stationary jumper. He sticks it. Simons makes his move. Cutter, Eubanks for the flush. Simmons hands for Harris. Mills, the former Blazer, is in. Get it in. Simmons lays it in. Simmons Euros and lays it in. Ben Sharp loses his footing. It's a steal. Mills ahead. O'Neal tracks it down. Challenges. Going. He just screened Simons, which is a play-by-play guy's dream. Mills cans it. Hart is back in. Lillard moving without the ball. Nice fake on O'Neal, and the jumper is Claxton looking to pass it off. O'Neal comes towards the ball, 9 to shoot. Lob it up, slam it down. Grant hands it off. Sharp. There's just no hesitation. They trail by 9. Durant sticks it. Bank signed to a 1-year, $2 million deal. He's been very much worth it. Nobody home. Eubanks out of Troutdale, Oregon. Durant! Nets can regain the lead. Simmons on a handoff. Sets the screen for Durant. Drives and scores. In triple-double conversation soon enough. Durant back in. It's smooth. First half. A fun first half in Portland. Jab, jumper, Lillard, deadly. Up by 2. They'll hold for 1. Lillard met by O'Neal. Races. Lillard all the way. Swing. Simons. The jumper goes. It's a 3. Half-court set. Lillard taking his time. Simmons extending out. Simons ready. It's a 3. Durant. Fades. Connects. Not you personally. Upstairs.
In his basketball play in his body.
Lillard drives in as well, and Eubanks nearly has it stolen. 5 to shoot. Simons, killer. Eubanks. Simons, fancy dribbling. Simons with the finish and the foul. Simons against Watanabe. Simons, head and shoulder fake. Simons, sensational. Dives and kicks. Durant, good fake. He's fouled, and Green O'Neal switch. He's got the smaller Simons. O'Neal, swing. Watanabe. Oh! Watanabe!
Aggressive defensively and excellent ball movement that we continue to see.
Sharp. Another lead here early in the 4th. Nets with Kevin Durant on the bench getting a rest. Where do they get offense? Is it Yuta? Yes, sir! Simmons hands it off. Durant high steps it for the banker, and 1. Kevin Durant.
Trailblazers can slow down the game.
Backdoor. Durant slams it down. A freight train. Missed it. Rebound knocked to the outside. Claxton's got it. Nets are running. Claxton down the middle. Durant drives and finishes by Curry. And Simmons maintains the dribble. No look. Watanabe pauses. Watanabe! Kaboom! Shot clock at 9. Simons, stop and go, fade, he cans it. Lillard, isolation. Spin. Oh, what a play by Durant. Couldn't turn the corner initially. Crosses, double, Harris, extra, Watanabe, yes! Swing it back out, Lillard. Jab, drive, Lillard glides for 2. Rolling to the rim, Nurkic, oh, he banks it in and a foul! Lillard lob it up, knock away, and the Nets get it done!
All right. Now look, this is what we've been waiting to talk about, Fred.
Let's
So
do
I'm
it.
just gonna get right on into it, man. The NBA All-Star predictions. It's a little early. It's a little early. But I gotta say, I do have a couple of people in mind, right? I kind of just wanted your take on this list. So
Okay.
please tell me what your thoughts on this one. Hold on.
Oh, you got to zoom in. I'm blind as a bat. Oh my
All
God,
right,
bad.
let me see. Can I zoom? I might not be able to zoom in, champ.
All right, so let's
All right,
see.
so
You
look, we got
Luka,
We got Luka Doncic. We got
Jason
Jason Tatum, Kevin Durant, Joel Embiid, John Morant, Nikola Jokic, Damian Lillard, Trae Young, Anthony Davis, LeBron James, Zion Williamson, Donovan Mitchell, Darius Garland, Jaylen Brown, DeMar DeRozan, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, De'Aaron Fox, Desmond Bane, Bam Adebayo.
Okay. Oh, you got Desmond Bane in there.
Yep, and hold on, 'cause I was about to say there's definitely more to the list. Hold on.
Wow,
Let me
this
take
is
off
crazy. So you just brought up two names that I didn't even think of, and one is wow. Okay.
I mean, that's why we're here. And then we also got Jared Allen, Tyrese Halliburton, Bradley Beal, and DeMontis Sabonis.
Tyrese Halliburton. You got Jared Allen, DeMontis Sabonis, Tyrese Halliburton, and who was the other one?
Bradley Beal.
Bradley Beal. Okay. You got Brad. Okay. So this is interesting. Wow. Okay. So there's some on my list that I'm surprised you didn't mention, and there's a few on your list that I completely forgot about. Jared Allen has to go on there.
Who?
Jared Allen, I think, has to go on there.
He is. He's at the bottom. He's right underneath.
Yeah.
Shot.
So because I didn't have him on my list, I didn't think about him.
Okay.
I think he has to go on there, but he has to get back on the court too. I also probably didn't think of him because I have Darius Garland and Donovan going. I'm like, it's always tough to have three players going from one team.
I hear that. He was the tougher one to add, if anybody.
Yeah.
But also the bigs, I thought of that too. So I get that.
Yeah, Shai Gilgeous was. I don't know how the hell I missed him. So good job on. That's crazy. And then there was one other early one you had. It said Shai Gilgeous. Oh man, let me see this list.
De'Aaron Fox.
Desmond Bane. I didn't think of Desmond Bane. I probably wouldn't add Desmond Bane. Because I think it'll be tough for too many teams to have multiple players. I'm surprised you didn't say Anthony Simons, but I feel like Portland may have one.
Yeah, but I didn't think of. Yeah, I didn't. I get why.
All right. So actually, I'll just read my list off to you. Like I said, you're gonna be like, damn, this dude really messed up because I missed a few that you said that are just like obvious ones.
Now go ahead, go. Who's yours? Yours?
So I did West and then I did East. Okay, so I had Steph, Luka, Bron, AD, Joker. I had Ja. I had De'Aaron Fox. I had D-Book. I had Jeremy Grant. I had Lauri Markkanen.
Wow, I'm so sorry. I'm so sick right now. Oh my God. Yeah, I missed one.
But hey, whatever. I didn't have Shai. But so here's the other ones that I didn't mention that I still have. Like it's like a combination of any of these guys. De'Aaron Fox, Anthony Simons, PG. He has to play games. Fox, Simons, PG, and then I had Sabonis, and I think I told you Zion already. So I mean, like I said, I have my list of 15. I would definitely have to put Shai Gilgeous-Alexander in there and probably take out like I don't know if PG gonna play enough games. I'll put.
That's why PG didn't hit the list because of that. The same thing with LaMelo Ball, CP3, and Pascal.
Yeah, I don't have LaMelo making it whether if he plays or not. In the East, this is my East, brother. I have Trae, Tatum, KD, Giannis, and Embiid, and then I have Mitchell and Garland, Jaylen Brown, Tyrese Halliburton, DeMar DeRozan, Pascal Siakam and Brook Lopez, but I'm crazy. And then I had Dwight as a possibility.
You said, wait, hold on. You said Brook Lopez?
So that's why I had, Brook Lopez for sure, bro. You
Yeah,
see what he's
I
doing
feel
this
that.
year?
I feel that.
Bro.
I feel that. Here's the thing. He might replace Jared Allen for me.
That would be great, bro. Like, his numbers, 15 and 5 with 3 blocks a game, 50% from the field, 40% from 3, 8% from the line. Like, on
Leading the
one of
league in
best
blocks.
teams.
I can't be mad at that. Like, yeah, no, he's. I gotta give him his flowers.
Yeah, one of you guys argued that he had a case for Defensive Player of the Year last time we spoke.
That was me.
And,
that was me.
Yeah.
Thank you.
When I say one of you guys, I mean you. My bad, bro. Make sure I put some respect on that.
You always gotta cite your sources. I try
Always
to.
gotta cite the sources.
All right, that's not bad. That's not bad though. Wow, Jeremy Grant. See, Lauri Markkanen is the one that I'm like, wow, that really. I think he might end up replacing Bam for me potentially, or Sabonis. Or Sabonis. That's crazy. I gotta relook at. Yeah, I gotta take those.
It's tough.
Out. Yeah. Let me ask you this, because I want to kind of ask you about some players, because like obviously all of these players are good, right?
Yeah.
But I
think the All-Star game is in Salt Lake City or something, by the way.
It's
right?
in Salt Lake City. Yeah, it's in Utah this year, right?
Yeah. So he'll get there just off of that. Shit. For all we know, Clarkson might get there too.
Yeah. Hey. I hope so. That means the Lakers know how to draft right. We just don't know how to freaking keep him.
Yeah. No, not develop. They draft great.
No, we developed him. He was doing his thing. He was improving every season. I'm just saying. But let me ask you this: for Paolo Banchero, how close was he in getting to the All-Star game for you this season? Because I had him on my list. I had him on my list. Again, Evan Mobley. You know, he's been playing cool, but like we mentioned, you got Donovan Mitchell, Garland, and then Julius Randle.
I don't think he'll make it. I don't think he would have and should have made it over Julius Randle. But forget Julius. You got KD and Tatum, DeRozan, Siakam, Jaylen Brown, Bam Adebayo.
He'll play your power forward slot. And I got KD.
But they do it weird now, man.
Yeah, I know. I got KD, Tatum, Jimmy, and DeMar as small forward. And then I had Giannis.
Where's Jimmy? Is Jimmy hanging out with Chris Paul and Kawhi as well? They got like some little...
Jimmy been playing still.
Man, they're waiting for him to come back still. He missed, like... Then again, maybe I don't notice him because he looked like Millie and Vanilli right now with that board. He cut it off, but still.
Yeah, but he let that go. He let that go.
Bro, you don't understand how I was distraught, bro. Every time I look on ESPN box score for the app, it still has that picture where he looks like Millie and Vanilli. I'm like, bro, they got to change that, man.
I'm not mad at him.
Hopefully 2K doesn't have him looking like that on 2K. Man.
I hope 2K has him like that. But he's a smart man for playing. He's a smart man because he kept the locks in until picture day, just so that he could have it like that for the rest of the season. That's beautiful, man. Beautiful mind. But you're saying though that Paolo had no love for you whatsoever. Okay.
I love
let
Paolo.
me ask
you. I love Paolo, but I don't think he would have been able to make it. His first year, their record is trash bags.
Okay. Now let me ask you this now, because I wanted to ask you this because a couple of people, like I said last year, are not listed on this year's list, right? So we got Rudy Gobert, which we already kind of talked about earlier. Like it's understandable. I think their team being down hurts his chances. Maybe if they start winning a little more, he can move up.
He's been underperforming lately too. He's been underperforming.
Well, his role kind of dipped a little bit. So like the spotlight is he doesn't have to do as much. So I think I honestly thought his stats were going to decrease a little bit.
Yeah, when Cat got hurt, I'm like, okay,
that's when everybody knows
about to snap, bro. He was even just as bad. I was like, yikes.
I see. I haven't watched too many. I saw Ant eat after Cat went down, but I didn't see. I didn't check Gobert's numbers. But again, Gobert, Cat, we understand why they didn't make it. CP3 games missed. DeJounte Murray why did DeJounte Murray not make it for you? Because I don't think he was on. I'm about to say he wasn't on our list.
Yeah, too competitive. I thought about him, but I'm like, I don't have Drew Holiday on here either. But you think again, you got Trey, you got Garland, you got Donovan Mitchell, you got Jaylen Brown, Tyrese Halliburton. I would have put Fred VanVleet possibly ahead of him, DeJounte Murray.
That's tough.
Yeah, like there's some players I'm looking like, because Toronto has been injured, bro, like terribly injured, and Fred VanVleet has kept him at around 500. You know, that's something to be said about that.
I don't know if it's Fred VanVleet. I think we're discrediting OG's defense, man. That man is a leading defensive player.
OG's averaging like 18 a game this year. Chris Boucher, your guy, you told me about Chris Boucher a couple years ago.
Hey, he's on my fantasy team too. Yep, that man's nice. Then you got Scotty Barnes too. So I don't think honestly for me, he was out a little bit.
Well.
Gary Trent's out there too. So I mean, to me, Fred VanVleet
can defend, bro, as well. By the way,
I hear you. I know people. I know he wants to be that Kyle Lowry knockoff. But I'm not the biggest Fred VanVleet fan personally. Now, Zach LaVine. That's fair. Now, Zach LaVine though. Zach's been off for me this season. Zach still is, you know what I'm saying, a good shooter, a good scorer. He still got solid athletic capability.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is.
Like,
I don't know what it is anymore with Zach, bro. Like what do you think Zach needs? Because he, like I said, he's not on our all-star list. He didn't hit both of them. So, I mean, what?
He got to stay healthy. You talk about injury, bro. He got to stay healthy.
Okay. So as long as he's healthy. Now, if he's healthy, where do you rank him in shooting guards? Because again, for me,
Donovan's ahead of him. Jaylen Brown's ahead of him. DeMar DeRozan's ahead of him. Definitely Devin Booker's ahead of him. James Harden's ahead of him.
I got James as a 1 and DeMar as a small forward.
Really?
Yeah. Because they played more. Because they play that position. Like James Harden is listed.
Yeah, bro, that's tough though. Like Harden's a 2 guy, bro. Who just
I know he came in as a 2, but he runs the 1.
Like
he's been running.
Like I don't like playing. Like Luka's a point guard. They be putting him in small forward to make him win certain votes. It's weird.
I got him in as a guard, but I feel you though. You can't. Yeah, they get a little tricky.
Yeah.
Like, people keep shuffling around stuff. I try to go off the depth.
Bain is better than Zach LaVine. Bradley Beal.
That's a little tough. That's a little tough to say.
He's averaging more points and he's by far a better defender.
I mean, look.
Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
Listen. I said it's tough to say, but I agree with you. Yeah, for me, Shai's ahead of Desmond and Brad and Zach. But Zach's ahead of Ant, which is crazy. Ant's just younger. Until
you got Zach ahead of Ant?
Right now.
Yeah, that's crazy. I never thought of that. That's interesting. Yeah.
It's just right now. It's just a right now thing. But come maybe later on in the season, Ant changes, because he's played down a little too. So I didn't give him any real consideration for All-Star candidacy. He's on my list, but I knew he wasn't going to make it. So it is what it is. LaMelo Ball, though, you said he wasn't going to make it regardless. So even if he played enough games, just because they're at the bottom of the standings, I'm assuming that's the reason why he can't make it.
Some players for me, bro, I've watched too much basketball. I guess I don't know. Are not like De'Aaron Fox. Honestly, falls into this list for me for the most part, but I feel like I just have to give him his respect because they have whatever. Yeah, LaMelo is good, very good. But what he's doing is what I expected. We had this conversation before, right? I don't feel like what he does really impacts winning much. Like I feel like what Kyle Lowry does, the numbers are less, but it impacts winning more. He has more winning plays, right? LaMelo can ball out, and I'm happy to see him on the court and hooping. Happy for LeVar Ball, right? He's focused, whatever. But it's just like, man, he's fun to watch, but Marcus Smart numbers aren't as gaudy, but he's better to me.
Oh, that's wild. Let me ask you that. Let me ask you this. On a championship roster, what option are you giving him? 1, 2, or 3? Well, I'm sorry, 2 or 3, because I know you're not going to give him 1. So
LaMelo?
Yeah, LaMelo. 2
I
or
feel
3.
like his potential is a 2, but I feel like right now he's a 3 option.
Okay. I mean, he's not going, by your standards, right? If that's right, he's not going to win a championship because right now he's pegged as the guy. And then you got Jordan, who this is the first time Jordan's done anything right by a lot of people's eyes.
First time he's got
So he's going to give him the keys to the kingdom. So really, LaMelo Ball could very well get spoiled in the NBA. So if you're right and he's only a 3rd option on a championship team, it's going to be a little tough for Charlotte fans unless they're able to trade him to somebody and able to finesse. So I could say honestly, and I'm not even going
to call me crazy about this. I think they should have tried to get Russ when they had a chance to.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I think it's still on the table.
And that may be true as well. Yeah.
Yeah, because you got to play well in order to get traded. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. But Russ has a lot of cards right now because Russ can sign anywhere next season. So now he's just playing for a contract. So I mean, this really should be like the best year the Lakers have of this trio. So because Russ is playing,
well, they're healthy for one,
and they all healthy. You know what I'm saying? So like this should be the best trio. So we'll see how that shakes out. The final person who did not make the returning list, though, at least for us, Andrew Wiggins. Like, yo, is he just like, has Buddy just fallen off, or was last year really just that much of an anomaly in voter fans?
No, his numbers aren't too different. Mm-hmm. And he's consistently been their 2nd best player. Mind you, side note, Clay came alive, but he's a
little bit. Don't give it to him like he's been doing it consistently. Like he had one good game.
Look at the numbers.
He's been struggling. Folks. But it ain't been what we used to seeing from old Clay.
He had a stretch where he's putting up 18 to 40 to 40. But no. So Andrew Wiggins, though, I'm sorry, I mean.
No, you're good.
Is he's right around where he's normally for his numbers.
He improved them.
Yeah, he's they're like 11 and 11 though. So it's like we can't give Golden State 2 All-Stars. And his numbers aren't, if he's putting up 27, like the Lakers, right? LeBron's gonna make the All-Star game just because, and he's gonna start because he's LeBron. But also he's putting up 25, 8, and 7. And they're on a run, right? Booker is gonna come off the bench when he should be starting.
I'm gonna give you a hot. I'm gonna give you a hot.
Okay. Yeah, if he plays enough games, LeBron's gonna start. There's no way he's not gonna come up.
LeBron James is not going to start, and the reason why I say that, the only way he got a shot at starting is over Embiid, but I don't even think that's gonna happen. No. You got Curry, Luka, Tatum, AD, and Embiid. I think AD is outplaying LeBron James.
AD is a defensive player of the year and MVP candidate right now.
But so you got all of them. So all of them get starting nods over me or over LeBron James for me. Then I got Ja Morant, D-Book, KD, Giannis, and Jokic. Again, all of them have the fan votes to vote them. And CP3's not taken away from D-Book again this year. Like he's finally
put you on a game. Guess what? Luka's gonna start no matter what because of
I just gave you all the starters.
Well, here we go. Follow me, because I get what you're saying. It's unfortunate. Yeah. Mind you, I don't want it to be this way. I love Book. I want Book. Book's not going to start. Steph, Luka, Bron, AD, and Joker are going to be the 5, 4, and you might mess around and get Zion in there by mistake. Book deserves
Zion over.
Bro, I'm telling you.
I'm saying, like, who do you think he's going to take out, though, on that list? And again, my list was Curry, Luka, Tatum, AD, Embiid, Ja Morant, D-Book, KD, Giannis, and Jokic. So we already got D-Book out, and we got Braun in. So now, who does Zion replace?
Nobody.
Embiid.
Yeah, there's nobody. Never mind.
You know what I'm saying? Like, but that's what I'm saying.
Because he
Like,
would have to replace Brown if Brown was in. So nobody.
That's what I was wondering how you gonna do it.
So think it's
That's,
5
hey,
from the
I
East
hope
and
not.
5 from the West, right? 5 from the East and 5 from the West. So Ja's not going to start either because Steph is starting. Steph is 50, 40, 90 right now, bro. He's his best season ever. Steph is having the best season ever. So Steph is
Let me
going to
look
start.
back and see. Let me look back and see if it is East and West.
It's wild.
I just gave him a pool. I just gave him a pool to choose from, like they did 1 year. What was it, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, something like that. I swear they just had a pool and they just chose from it. If it's East versus West, I'll
happened the game before. It's happened, yeah, bro.
But like, yo, that's gonna be disgusting because it's Curry, Luka, and AD. Those guys were slotted in.
Joker is automatically in there.
Jokic, yeah.
And then Bron.
Yeah.
Bro. Like, you're not going to put Bron on the bench.
How about this? Because it's hometown, Lauri Markkanen.
Lauri. They're not going to let it happen.
But hear me out though. He gonna get the fan votes, and his team is higher than ours, and he's the leading option on that team. Why does he not get the starting vote? I just want to hear it from you. Why it is? It ain't from the play. It's
because of two things. One, they're 12-10 right now or something. They're going to be under 500 come All-Star break. Like, they start off hot, it's a wrap for them. Two, they're not going to let him start over LeBron. LeBron is LeBron. It's just that way. It's unfortunate, but it's that way. And 3, he's only averaging 22 and 8, which is very good for him. That's the other thing. He's only averaging 22 and 8, bro. It's not like he's putting up 28 and 10. He's putting up 22 and 8. But it's amazing because it's Lauri Markkanen, and we thought he was right. So when we put everything back into perspective, we strip away names and we just look at the numbers. Like, 12 and 10 teams, guys averaging 22 and 8. Okay, right? But it's like, Lauri Markkanen is averaging 22 and 8. It's like, if Brown was averaging 22 and 8, bro, he would have been traded by now.
I got you.
You know
I got you. Well, we will find out. Like I said, we'll monitor this going forward because, I mean, it's a lot to follow. It's a lot more time left until the All-Star game does happen. But, it is fun to think about right now. Like I said, we'll monitor it going forward. But with that, Freddie, we will transition on into the next segment. So, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you all stay tuned and enjoy the wonderful highlight that we have going forward. Because yet again, it shows you, we draft well. Lakers draft well. We just don't keep good talent.
Oh, boy.
Taking care of the basketball, not allowing Indiana easy baskets is a key and easy too.
Morris to Zoo below the dotted line and takes it straight to the rack.
Yeah, but focusing and playing well.
It's probably not easy for the front office as you're putting kind of a peck in the corner, but gives it to Coffee. Full of pass into Zoo.
Don't have a move and you don't have a shot as the primary ball handler. You move it really quickly and you find yourself with an easy layup. Speaking of which,
loses the ball. Turnover just the first for the Clippers, but as we have seen, Halliburton, Mathurin to Hield, back to Mathurin, tough pass, tough finish, but he lays it up. A rebuke, he has 12, and they play back over to Morris. Morris, the runner, it's good.
And that Karen right off the side of the rim.
Turner fields it low, shoots it high. Questionable trade at the time. It has worked out wonderfully for both teams. Powell for 3 with a minute to play in this first quarter, 27-28. Brown inside for the flush. After 9-1 on the year. Wall, down the lane, behind the back, tied up on the... Brown forcing the issue the other way. Finish off the handles, walled off, finds an open Powell for 3 ahead of the shot clock, and he knocks it in.
After this point.
It's Halliburton and Senior, and Halliburton and obviously Indiana as Coffee spoon feeds Zoo, twisting around the
zone.
Halliburton. He's something. Morris loses the ball, live ball turnover, nobody in front of Halliburton. He takes it to the house.
Way to Halliburton.
Wall. Wall finds finds man. Baseline drive to the rack and up around. Coffee could go 2 for 1 if he wants to. Double clutcher. Oh, the Concord will be back for Amir Coffee. Long 3 by Halliburton, but the long rebound is chased down by the Pacers, and Buddy Hield lays it. Clippers with Smith hitting all those 3, becoming very happy shooting those 3s. Those percentages are going to come up.
Hield not known for his defensive prowess. That time a poor closeout opened up the lane. Pacers were 16th in three-pointers last year. They're 3rd. A lot of that has to do with Tyrese Halliburton.
Wall fakes the pocket pass, then delivers it. It's deflected, but Zoo doing everything. Comes up with it anyway. Coffee inside. Bangs. Counted on a foul. And Clippers, so far so good for the Clippers. Wall, a catch and shoot 3. Book it. Wall to Zoo. Patient footwork. Quarters, best fourth quarter team in the league. Zoo throws it away. Mathurin alone. He's eruptive and
drug out a little bit. No continuity offensively. Now you come out.
23 caroms to go along with 24 points. Reggie Jackson.
When the release point is high, then he's going to be successful, and that's what he's been able to do. Speaking.
Not Jules Winfield converging, but that exposes Morris. Now they're going to put 36 from the three-point line. Hield has the rebound. 5 minutes off this fourth quarter clock. Broadcasters casually sinks a couple of free throws, and then there's McConnell. You better be careful. Go to work, Zoo.
Zoo, go to work, Zoo. Go to work, Zoo.
Last to shoot. Here is Wall.
Throw it up. Throw it up.
1979.
McConnell at the 4 position. Covington at that time.
Tonight to Jackson in the corner for the 3. Bataze with a rebound, backs down, goes to the rim, and lays it in.
Has played extremely well. Again, you lose Damian Lillard, Sacramento. Utah, you say how long is it sustainable?
9 rebounds. You heard that correctly. The Clippers are going to win for the 12th time this season. They improved to 12-9. Pacers fall to.
All right. So I hope y'all enjoyed that highlight. Like I said, Zubac, my man, was smooth. 31 points, 25 rebounds, something slight. People say he went a double-double machine. We'll talk about another episode, though. Fred, I greatly appreciate this, my boy. We definitely will do this again. If y'all catch the football highlights videos, more than likely we'll see Fred. So, and a lot of the basketball ones as well, you'll see him as well. So, like I said, I appreciate you all the time, my boy. Thanksgiving just happened. Always thankful for you coming on the show. So again, we will see you soon. And ladies and gentlemen, that is the end of the show. Hope you all enjoyed it. Stay tuned, and we'll see you all in a few days. So.
Till next time.
Right. See y'all.
I did not know you guys were still here. As you can see, we're at the back end of the show. No pun intended, but look, hope you all enjoyed it. And before you go, please subscribe to the YouTube channel, follow the IG account, share the content to anybody who's anybody. And most importantly, leave your thoughts and comments below. But I got to go back and play Buddy in 2K, so let me unmute him real quick. Excuse me. Hey, boss, I'm back. Nah, you better catch this word. You know we get buckets around here, too.